John Limbaugh Show brought to you by Lori Darlings in Fayetteville and in Childersburg. If you want some good catfish, barbecue, hamburger steaks, anywhere in between, it's Lori Darlings in Fayetteville and in Childersburg. And you can look at me especially, and Coach Limbaugh, he likes to eat over there too. Morning, Coach.
It's good stuff. Good morning, Jimmy. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Another tough row to hoe for the Wolves last Friday night.
Yes, it was a tough game. Isabella really very good football team.
Unbeaten.
Unbeaten.
Yeah.
All around good football team, and had an exceptional running back in there. But we did some things better last week. I think we got better. Our kids worked hard, put some points on the board, but hopefully that'll transfer into this week's game.
Talk a little bit about Isabella. And Isabella is a powerful football team. They're ranked number 10 in the state, unbeaten at 5-0. And you knew how good they were coming into the game, and I don't guess they disappointed you today.
No, they didn't. They're very well coached, seasoned team, experienced team. And, we're young, and that's fine. This thing kind of rolls around, and, we'll be up in a year or two. And we're going through our bumps right now, but we got some kids that want to win and want to win now, and are working toward that end. And some of our seniors are really they're putting it out there and doing a great job, and I'm very, very pleased with some strides we made last week.
Yeah, talk about some of those strides that were made last week. You got a young football team that's taking their lumps this year, but they keep on swinging, don't they?
Absolutely, they do. And Landon Payton played quarterback for us last week, as well as Cadence Barrett, and both of them did a good job in each respect. But and I think Landon really stood out last week. He really did a good job on the field, and he's a young one and 10th grader, and he's growing into that role. He really is growing in that role. It's good for the future there. I'm really pleased with how he played it. And Cole Hardy on the defensive side of the ball had like 9 tackles and solo and several assists. So he looked really good on the defensive side of the ball and playing really, really hard. We got some kicks in, some extra points in, and we've had a little struggle with that. But Nick's doing a great job, and we just have to learn how to block it better. We finally get that going. So we did make some strides there offensively. We moved the ball down the field, over 200 yards of offense, and so we were able to move the ball down the field and get some things done there.
Well, it is homecoming tonight at Farm Links Field, and Horseshoe Bend comes to town, and this has the makings of an excellent football game, and Fayetteville hungry for that win.
Absolutely, and these guys that we're playing tonight are 1-3. They have lost the last few ball games, but to really good teams like Lynette. They lost to those guys in Highland Home. Very, very good football team, but they're going to come in here hungry. They want to win too. They won their first ball game against Wadley, 14-0. So they're coming in here hungry as well. Our kids are hungry. We've had a last 3 years we've been able to beat them. But last year's game was something else. It was at Horseshoe Bend, and we won on the last play of the ball game. And I don't know if you remember that or not, but Levi Phillips caught the game winning catch. Pasted the lunch, threw it to him, and last second that's when Levi told me, I told you, Coach, I was more than a kicker. So he caught that game.
Just a reminder, right?
He caught that ball to win the game, and it was a great game. So those guys for Horseshoe Bend is going to remember that. So they're going to want to get us back for that. But it's a whole different team there, a whole different team here, and they got a new coaching staff. But they do some things really well. So they're going to come in here ready to play. They play the wishbone, and they're going to let the bone roll and come in here and try to beat us.
There's Horseshoe Bend is, let's face it, they're no Isabella,
right.
They're no Vincent, and you've played some tough teams the first half of the season, and you got homecoming tonight, a lot of pomp and pageantry, some of the old grads coming to town. That's a good thing.
Right. Oh, it's always a great thing. You should have saw our parade yesterday. Was great, and the kids are so excited, and it's always fun to have homecoming at Fayetteville because these guys go all out at Fayetteville for homecoming. We had our parade yesterday, and some of our new coaches were able to walk in the parade, and they're like, "Wow, this is pretty neat," So, and just to have our homecoming king crown and the homecoming queen crown, it's big for the kids. It's big for them. So we're gonna have a good time.
How do you defend against a wishbone attack?
Well, you've got to stop the run, and we've had a hard time doing that. But we're going to get one of our linebackers back this week. Atticus Jacks has been out, but we get him back tonight. We're very excited about that. And Zeke DeLoach is back on the field, so we get him back as well. The thing about it is you've got to get these guys to break down and to tackle. You got to go into the offense, not back away from them. So, you work on it in practice. You teach every play.
A lot of moving parts.
A lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
But we've taught these guys. Coach Reed's done an excellent job this week of teaching them exactly what they're going to run, how they're going to run it. They're going to run, of course, lead, and they're going to run sweep, and we got to stop it. We got to stop it.
Offensively for Fayetteville, you put some points on the board against 10th ranked Isabella last week, and kind of look at your offense and grade it a little bit going into game 6.
Well, you can't give a good grade after these losses this year, but if we grade on where we've come from, I'll give us some pluses there. Last week's offense, in many respects, compared to the game before, I give us about a C. Maybe if you want to grade it like that, because we did do some things well, started doing some things we've been practicing. I think you're going to see a big difference in our team tonight. This is a game they know they can go out there and they can win, so their mindset is right. They've had a great week of preparation. They really have. Not just saying that, a great week of preparation. Very excited about that. So looking forward to the ball game tonight. Now all our fans are so wonderful and tremendous and are out there all the time supporting. They're going to get to see a team on the field tonight that's ready and excited to play the ball game.
And I'm sure when you turn the tape on from a week ago, when you turn the tape on from the opponent for tonight, I'm sure your team kind of sits up and notices, hey, this team we can better compete with.
That's right, they do. They notice that, and that's what we feel like, and we feel like the back half of this season gives us some opportunities that we're not there the first games this year, Even back to our first game against Verbena, they've continued to win. They're doing a great job at Verbena, and they're having a stellar year. So, and that was a game that kind of got away from us. I think we could have won that game. It kind of got away from us. But our kids are excited, and we really appreciative of all our fans. And like I say, our administrators there, Brittany Brown and the others, and our faculty, and everybody's ready for this ball game, excited about it. So we're ready to hit the ground running tonight, Jimmy.
All right, pregame is 6:30. It is homecoming night down at Farm Links Field. Fayetteville hosting Horseshoe Bend. What about a player that we can showcase this morning?
I think it'll be Cole Hardy with his defensive play, and he's getting some offensive work. And I think Cole Hardy is the one that really stands out in my mind. And he's only about 145 pounds. And in fact, if he weighed, 45 more pounds, wow. But I'm already getting a lot of wow out of him. He's got some pop to him, and he'll come hit you. And I just love the kid to death. And he's trying his hardest out there. And we need 10 more just like him, absolutely. But really appreciative of him, and folks out there need to come watch our volleyball team too. They just continue to win and continue to do great things from the junior hires to the JV to the varsity. They're winning, and I'm excited about them. So folks need to come out and watch a good volleyball game.
Hey, sounds good to me. Coach John Limbaugh, head football coach and athletic director of the Fayetteville Wolves. The Wolves host Horseshoe Bend tonight. The Generals, and it kicks at 7 o'clock. Pregame 6:30. It is homecoming at Fayetteville, so get there early, get you a good seat, and some of the best tasting food comes out of them concession stands you'll ever eat.
Absolutely, they did a great job.
More daybreak coming up after this. Coach John Limbaugh Show brought to you by Lori Darlings in Fayetteville and in Childersburg.